Is Shakur Stevenson just not a superstar? A lot of people are talking about the fact that he can't sell. He just can't sell. You know, he's had a few fights, even in his hometown in Newark, New Jersey. I'm from Jersey, so I hear things. I hear things from fans. You know, I hear things about, you know, hype. I hear things about ticket sales, and a lot of people are saying, especially Ryan Garcia has said on multiple occasions that Shakur Stevenson simply can't sell. You know, he calls him Shakur Twitterson. He just talks that talk on the internet. He's not a, you know, a superstar. He can't draw and he can't sell tickets for the life of him. And I think ultimately there's a sense of truth to that, but I think, you know, he could be evolving into a superstar that does sell a lot of pay-per-views. I think that there's still a lot of, you know, an ROI to be made when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, a return on investment. I think there's a lot of potential for him, but he has to play his cards correctly. And when I say that, I mean, you know, every fighter has their niche. Every fighter has their way of marketing themselves. Every fighter has their way of promoting themselves. That's ultimately how you sell pay-per-view buys. You know, take Floyd Mayweather, for example. This is a good comparison, and this is why. Because Shakur Stevenson, he has all the talent in the world, maybe more, but he doesn't have the fighting style to propel him into superstardom. When I say that, I'm saying that he's not Tank. You know, he doesn't perform like Tank. He doesn't stop guys like Tank. You know, they compare Shakur to Floyd, but you can't compare Pretty Boy Floyd to Shakur Stevenson, because at that time in their careers, if you compare, Floyd was stopping guys. Floyd was stopping legends. So you can't compare the two. It's apples to oranges. They're different. They're different ultimately, but they do have one common thing in the fact that, you know, closer to the Money May days, where Floyd had, you know, basically 2 hurt and injured hands for the rest of his career, he wasn't stopping guys, and he had to revert to a style that wasn't as, you know, fan friendly to fight fans. It wasn't as pleasing to crowds when they would watch him. But ultimately, he did other things to promote the fight. He would, you know, do crazy things, stuff like, you know, talk at press conferences, get inside his opponent's head before the fight even took place. I'm not saying Shakur has to do exactly that, but you have to find something. Inevitably, if you want to become a superstar, if you want to make a lot of money in the sport, winning's important. Don't get me wrong. That should always be the #1 priority. But if you really want to sell tickets, if you really want to be that face of boxing, you have to be able to market yourself. That's the end of the day. You know, people are making fun of him because he can't sell in his hometown. You know, his hometown, a few kids, you know, from the schools, you know, little kids know him, but how do you have to get the city hype around you. That's what the boxing fans, that's what boxing media is saying. They're calling for Shakur Stevenson to do something where he's more interesting, because at the end of the day, I think he's a great fighter. I like watching him fight. I don't care if he wins a decision fight. I think a win's a win, and he's working on his craft. But ultimately, if you want to become that Tank superstar where you're calling shots, you have to, you know, either it has to be something about your personality or the way you carry yourself, the way you interact, the way you do interviews. Like, something has to stand out about you, or else you're gonna fall behind the rest. The thing is, like, everybody has someone to promote them. You know, you look at Ryan Garcia, he can do it himself. He has his social media presence. He's kind of exempt from this because his scenario is the opposite. He needs the performance to back up, you know, all the marketing he's done for himself. You have Devin Haney, who has a kind of a healthy balance, because maybe Devin's not the biggest talker, but he has the flash, he has all that stuff, which you could argue Shakur has too. But what Devin has that Shakur doesn't is, you know, Bill Haney. Bill Haney's ultimately promoting a lot of these fights. He's showing his face at different, you know, fights where Devin can't be, and he's promoting his son. You know, the same with Teofimo and his dad. They do the same thing. And Tank, he doesn't need it, because his performances and his antics behind the scenes, they both propel him into superstardom. You know, Shakur is that one wolf where it's going to be eventually hard for him to get a big fight, because he's going to have the skill to the point where he's saying, you know, I'm too valuable to be getting paid this. But at the end of the day, you're not bringing what Ryan Garcia brought to Tank. You're not bringing what Ryan Garcia brought to Devin. You're not bringing what Devin and Tank brought to Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? So, like, there's that element of, you know, you could throw Teofimo Lopez in there. You're not bringing what Teo's bringing, because he has his father. He has his own antics, all the mental health stuff. People thought he was going crazy. He was questioning himself, saying, do I still got it? Do I still got it? And that stuff brought a lot of ratings. That brought a lot of people saying, you know, is this guy crazy? Let's see what he does on fight night. But Shakur, we know he's good, you know, but there's nothing else. You know, at the end of the day, you hear boxers talk about the fact that boxing's the entertainment business. You got to put on a show to make a lot of money, to become a star in the sport today. You look at Jake Paul, you look at all these influencers. Yeah, they don't have the boxing ability, but their character, their personalities turn them into stars within the sport. People are watching them box and they're making millions of dollars. They make more than what, you know, fighters who have been doing this all their whole lives. You know, they make more money than those fighters. Those people that, you know, have multiple jobs and still box. Like they make more money than those fighters without barely training. So imagine what Shakur could do if he had the right marketing strategy, the right way to promote himself. Don't get me wrong, he talks his talk, and I think that's what's keeping him alive. But ultimately, your skills are going to pay the bills, that's for sure. But you just have to, you know, show a little bit more of your personality. I think it would serve him well, to be honest with you guys. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. I'm not saying you have to do something crazy. I'm just saying, you know, for fans to start riding with you, to get people on your side, to get people to watch your fights. That's ultimately what you have to do. You have to give people a reason to you know, want to watch you, want to see you win, want to see you lose. Even if they want to see you lose, that's a fan. A fan's a fan at the end of the day. Floyd Mayweather had fans that were haters, fans that were, you know, people that were supporting him. At the end of the day, if they're supporters or not, you know, putting ass in seats is the business. And I think Shakur needs that. Ryan Garcia has been very, you know, vocal about how Shakur doesn't really sell. No one cares when Shakur fights. He puts people to sleep with his style of fighting. But at the end of the day, he gets the job done. You know, that's, like I said before, should always be the priority. I just think if he shows a little bit more personality, if he starts, you know, getting into, you know, promoting himself and, you know, marketing himself a little bit more, I think, you know, sky's the limit. But until he reaches that point, until he finds what his niche, you know, way of promoting himself is, it's going to take a while for him to get a bbig fight, because, you know, people are always going to say, yeah, everybody's a good boxer, but, you know, what do you bring to the table? You know, Ryan Garcia brought all his followers. Devin Haney brought, you know, all of his excitement. He had the hardware. He had his father talking crazy. Tank has the style. He has the flashiness. He says controversial things, gets into trouble outside the ring. I'm not saying go get arrested. I'm not saying that, but ultimately, you know, Shakur, I think, just needs to promote himself a little bit better, because I think Top Rank has been doing a decent job of promoting him, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of it, you know, people are missing. A lot of people don't watch Shakur's fights. I always ask people, did you see that Shakur fight? And they're like, nah, man, I didn't watch that. And the reason why isn't because he's not good, because we all know that he's a great fighter. We all know that he's very high IQ. People compare him to the next Pernell Whitaker, the next Floyd Mayweather. That's all great, but these guys had something exciting about them. We're still waiting for that from Shakur. He has exciting fights. I enjoy them, but to the casual fan, you have to get their attention. You have to get people to care about you, whether it's through your interviews, whether it's through, you know, your words, whether it's through, you know, your actions, whatever the case may be. Promote yourself and let the skills, you know, pay the bills. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think Shakur needs to do a better job of promoting himself? Do you agree with, you know, Ryan Garcia and the rest of the boxing community that Shakur is just not that much of a draw and his style isn't compelling to boxing fans? But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another NASFight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.